These 7 YouTubers perfectly represent the 7 deadly sins, and with them are their complete counterparts. And to begin with, our candidate for the sin of pride would have to be Neon. The streamer Neon, whose real name is Rangesh Mutama, represents the sin of pride due to his history of controversial and toxic behaviour. He has been involved in various public stunts, like faking his own death, and has gained infamy for his raging and confrontational online persona. His actions, which have often been seen as attention-seeking, align with the characteristics associated with pride, such as a desire for recognition and a tendency to look down on others, like when he got into an argument with someone at a party just to hide behind a security guard.
Give me my fucking phone! Back the fuck up!
However, the exact opposite to Neon and his prideful attitude is Penguin Z0, who rather shows humility. Penguin Z0, also known as Critical or Charlie, exhibits humility through various aspects of his online presence and actions. Humility involves traits such as not belittling others, being non-jealous, non-materialistic, and truthful. A humble person also does not feel sorry for themselves, can empathize with others, is not self-righteous, not judgmental, resilient, and avoids self-destructiveness. Penguin Z0's character perfectly aligns with this, as he demonstrates a down-to-earth and approachable persona. Just in general, he doesn't take himself too seriously and is the complete opposite to Neon. However, when focusing on the sin of greed, no one exhibits this more than Pokimane, with her recent cookies scandal. The controversy surrounding Pokimane and their cookie brand, Mina Snacks, mainly revolves around the pricing of these cookies and a response to the criticism. The Midnight Mini cookies were criticized for their high price point of $28 a 4-pack, equating to $7 a bag. The drama escalated when Pokimane made a comment on her stream, saying,
oh my god, $28 for cookies? If you're a broke boy, just say so.
This remark led to further backlash on social media. Then, further investigation revealed that the cookies were similar to another brand's product, which was much cheaper. However, Pokimane explained that her company had worked with the manufacturer to refine and improve the formula, but when people investigated deeper, they just found that they put useless amounts of vitamin D into the cookies, which made no extra difference. In response to the negative reaction, Pokimane apologized, stating that her comment was intended as a joke towards a single reviewer, and acknowledged that the pricing might be expensive for some people.
Who the fuck spends $7 on 4 ounces of cookies?
And although she apologized, fans believe that this was just a bit of her true colors showing. But when talking about true colors, completely opposing this, obviously we would have to mention Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, is well known not only for his entertaining YouTube content, but also for his extensive charitable work through Beast Philanthropy. Beast Philanthropy aims to alleviate hunger, homelessness, and unemployment by providing life-changing assistance to individuals and families in need. Mr. Beast has even been doing charity before Beast Philanthropy, with his first act of giving a $10,000 sponsorship deal to a homeless person, which sparked a deeper desire to help others.
Take it. It's about $10,000. I'm not joking.
Also unintentionally sparking a new wave of content. But there's something different about Mr. Beast. Whereas other YouTubers do this more for views and clicks, Mr. Beast does this for a genuine reason, with his desire to help others being influenced by his Crohn's disease.
Actually, the inflammation doesn't occur till that age. Yeah, and so I lost.
Mr. Beast has also collaborated with the non-profit Sharing Access to consistently distribute food nationwide, addressing the urgent issue of food insecurity in America. This partnership has led to significant achievements, such as opening a new operation in New York to provide fresh produce for people in need. In addition to his food distribution efforts, Mr. Beast has engaged in various other philanthropic activities, such as environmental campaigns like Team Trees and Team Seas, which collectively raised over $50 million for environmental causes. Whether it's feeding families on Thanksgiving, helping hurricane survivors, or flying street kids out to see the World Cup, Mr. Beast is the complete opposite of greed and the epitome of charity, leveraging his platform and resources for global betterment. Completely straying away from this though, when talking about the sin of lust, the most famous candidate for this role is EDP445, who couldn't control himself to the point where he got caught out for being a predator. Now, the details are quite vulgar, but all you need to know is that EDP445, also known as Bryant Morland, was caught by predator poachers who pretended to be a 13-year-old girl. EDP engaged in conversations with what he believed was a minor and made arrangements to meet. The meeting was actually a sting operation, and upon his arrival, he was confronted.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
His interactions were exposed, and it's pretty safe to say that his life was ruined. Being the complete antithesis of this, however, PewDiePie represents restraint and good morals perfectly. PewDiePie, known for his YouTube fame, has been with Martia Kjellberg for over a decade, exemplifying loyalty and strong moral values in their relationship. They met in 2011 and married in 2019, showcasing a commitment to each other that has been public and enduring. Martia moved from Italy to Sweden early in their relationship to be with PewDiePie, highlighting the sacrifices they've both made. Their relationship has been marked marked by mutual support, as PewDiePie supported Matsuya's decision to leave YouTube to pursue her own path and well-being, reflecting respect and understanding in their partnership. Their love for travel and shared experiences, like buying a house in Japan, further illustrates their deep connection and mutual support. Despite the challenges, such as their home being burglarized, they have maintained a strong bond, supporting each other through various life events and changes. However, for the sin of envy, no one represents this better than White Boy M. Back in mid-2022, at the peak of IShowSpeed's career at the time at least, there were large amounts of copycats coming out to ride off this clout train, and the leader of this shameless crusade for likes and clicks was called White Boy M, who would mimic every single characteristic of IShowSpeed, down to his gestures, facial expressions, and choice of vocabulary.
Serious right now, bro. One more bubble, bro. One more bubble.
This whole situation was awkwardly painful to watch play out, with White Boy M thinking he was another joke, but to everyone else he was the joke. The most painful moments of this were on two occasions. The first one, where Aiden Ross would invite him onto an E-Date stream, only to tell him he couldn't do it.
But you can't get on now because I talked to Speed's best friend, and Speed's best friend said you
and the second one being Jadion confronting him.
I think I am. Yeah, hell yeah. I think I'm good. Shit.
I don't know, man. It sounds like Speed's dick in your throat.
All of this, coupled with Speed's nonchalant attitude to White Boy M, showed that his obvious attempt at envy was useless in the long run, and just embarrassing. And maybe he should take some lessons on how not to be envious from Smosh. Smosh was one of the first channels on YouTube, and it reigned supreme for a while, being the biggest channel on YouTube. Their time at being at the top was coming to an end. When PewDiePie started uploading, they simply congratulated PewDiePie and moved on.
Hey man! Congrats on being #1 most subscribed. Really awesome stuff.
But when talking about the sin of gluttony, I think it would be obvious to say it would be Nikocado Avocado. Nikocado Avocado, a YouTuber known for his mukbang videos, has often been associated with gluttony due to the health deteriorating nature of his videos. Mukbang, a trend that originated in South Korea, involves eating large amounts of food while interacting with an audience. Nikocado Avocado wasn't always like this, however. In fact, his channel started out as him playing the violin with his parrot, but he realised consuming unusually large portions of food in his videos would get him much more views, and his content displays this excessive eating habit, being a bad influence on his viewers. His videos not only show him eating excessive amounts of food, but also wasting it from time to time. The types of food Nikocado Avocado consumes in his videos are often rich, high calorie, and considered indulgent. Nikocado's eating habits have often included concern and criticism, with many pointing out the health implications.
Even knowing that it's a complete detriment to his overall health and well-being, he continues to do it while still having that small glimmer of self-awareness.
His channel has pretty much shown him killing himself for views. When looking on the other side of gluttony, however, Matt Stoney, who arguably eats less healthy than Nikocado at times, still manages to stay in significantly better shape. Matt Stoney maintains his health and physique despite his competitive eating challenges through a combination of disciplined physical training, strategic dieting, and careful recovery practices. He exercises regularly, with his reason for this being to keep his metabolism active and manage his weight. Stoney's training regime varies, with a focus on maintaining high energy levels and managing recovery post-competition. After eating competitions, he follows a strict meal plan, primarily consisting of protein shake and light solid food. His diet outside competitions is controlled, which almost balances out the crazy eating challenges he does. This strategy helps him maintain a lean physique, but when talking about the sin of wrath, no one fits this role more than SS Sniper Wolf. SS Sniper Wolf's action in the controversy with Jack's films can be seen as an expression of wrath. Wrath, characterized by intense anger and a desire for revenge or punishment, in this context was her decision to dox Jack's film. When, after Jack's films made fun of SS Sniper Wolf repeatedly, she posted his home's location online. This act of revealing personal information without consent, especially in a public and potentially harmful manner, demonstrates a wrathful response to what she perceived as offensive, but was meant to be a joke, with Jack's films being concerned for him and his wife's safety.
We're fine, we're just a little shaken up. But mainly, we feel violated. We no longer feel safe in our own home. Because
wrath often leads to actions aimed at harming or getting back at someone, which can escalate conflicts and cause serious consequences. In the case of SS Sniper Wolf, her wrathful behaviour resulted in widespread criticism and prompted a reaction from the YouTube community, including demands for her platform to be demonetized. Yet, she was only temporarily punished, even though her actions literally put Jack's film's safety at risk. So maybe she should take a lesson from Jake Paul on how to be peaceful. Jake Paul's actions in supporting Fuzi during a critical time in his life illustrate a side of him that aligns with qualities of peace and compassion.
Lays it to Jake on his own. She calls me back and goes, Jake is gonna pay for your hospitalization.
countering his often controversial public persona as the problem child. Jake has also showed peace, like when he gave Tyron Woodley a watch
As a gift of respect.
and Tommy Fury luxury baby clothes.
Say that I didn't mean to leak your baby's announcement. I actually got a gift. This is a big designer
So
baby
although
brand.
Jake Paul plays the character of the problem child, it's clear that he's a good person inside. However, this next candidate for Sloth would sadly have to be Danny. Sloth is described as reluctance to work or make an effort, laziness. Danny, a popular YouTuber known for his game development content, stopped uploading in 2022, even though he was one of the biggest creators on the platform, making videos with Mr. Beast, leading some to wonder if this absence represents the sin of sloth. Although Danny has shown laziness on his YouTube channel, it could be because he is focusing on developing his own game, Carlson, which therefore would make him not lazy. But from what we know, he's completely abandoned his audience. The situation with Danny shows that outward appearances of inactivity, like not uploading new content, can sometimes be misleading and don't necessarily reflect a person's level of engagement in their professional or creative pursuits. Therefore, labeling Danny's hiatus as sloth could be inaccurate. Although he doesn't speak on YouTube or Twitter anymore, he has mentioned in chats that he is working on Carlson. So, although Danny doesn't technically represent sloth, he should really learn a lesson from a completely different style YouTuber, DankCube. DankCube, a YouTube content creator closing in on 1 million subscribers, has experienced fluctuation in viewership. This all began when KSI reacted to a few of his videos, giving him large amounts of views. Although having a large amount of subscribers, he would then suddenly start to lose views, from going on almost 1 million views on Making Prime Drink at Home to dipping down to 6.8k at some point. At this point, many YouTubers would give up. However, with persistence and dedication, he continued to upload consistently and made an absolute comeback with his David Goggins series. Therefore, DankCube shows qualities that contradict the notion of sloth.